on industrial relations. We only heard yesterday the formal allowance on the Fair Work Bill. Jeff's going to talk about it, and I am impressed. All that your rights at work, well, haven't we kicked a goal there? Between Jeff and Imogen and myself yesterday trying to pull all the data together and pull all the facts and figures as best you can your federal government lobs a bill on the table, you've got to try and interpret what it means for your members in a short period of time. Well, I said to Jeff, tell me the good bits. Well, that was a brief conversation. While I've acknowledged in, I think it's a media article from Australian, where I had a bit of a quote in it, some of the left union officials have come out saying this is a bit of a joke. The task force will be around. The building industry code will still be around, and in 2010 it'll be reviewed and called something else. But Australian construction workers, which includes the absolute majority of our members, it's not just construction, it's associated industry, you are still second-class citizens, you are still subject to secret police, you are still subject to an anti-union code, you are still subject to work choices at its worst plus some. None of that has been addressed, nothing. Low-paid workers do get better protections. They have the right to arbitration. That's a good thing. What they've done to help those workers, childcare workers, workers in low-paid industries and textile workers, I commend them for that. But let's not be kidding ourselves. Work choices are still there. Secret ballots will still be required. There's nothing that we can see at this point in time that means that we can get access to bargaining rights and the right to take industrial action any better than we did under work choices. So in terms of you blokes, anyone in any of your industries, when you go about bargaining, are you better off in terms of rights? Not that we can see one thing. If you take unprotected industrial action for a 5-work stop work meeting, work choices still applies and the members get deducted 4 hours pay. That's good. There's a whole range of things, and I won't steal Jeff's thunder, he'll come in and actually report on it. But we are still working to try and better understand it and how to work. I've got a call from Greg Cumbo this morning, I haven't returned it. Hopefully he'll be in response to my media article, and he might be telling me, don't worry, Dean, everything will be all right. But I've got to read the legislation and judge it for what it's worth, and it looks like a shit sandwich, to be honest. And I think our members will be bitterly disappointed with Labor's performance. I think we saw in the lead up to the federal election they weren't going to be a Labor-friendly government. If you weren't convinced by that, read the bill. Have a look at what we're going to get under this, and I don't know how a self-respecting union official in this country can stand up and applaud it. Yes, let's acknowledge the good things for low-paid workers and people who need that protection. But they're modernising our award and put our current award entitlements at risk in the contracting industry, for example. I mean, we would be throwing rocks at a Liberal government if they introduced this. We threw rocks at a Liberal government for introducing it. We campaigned for it. My outspoken position, which gets me offside with a lot of people, is that our loyalty should be to our union and our membership, not the Australian Labor Party, and if they are wrong, we should have the courage of our convictions to say it. And the Marshalls of this world, the Leans of this world, and others have a greater loyalty to other organisations. Well, if I'm reading it wrong, people will need to tell me, but I think it's an embarrassment. So for us, more work on that. It is so fresh, I can't give you a lot of accuracy in your report, but Jeff will brief you really well before we go. But our campaign to continue our political direction with the subject of some debate here. I can't wait to have a political debate. None of us have done any happy chat, so no doubt we'll have a free-for-all about where we are and what we do, and it's in your hands. They're interesting times.